Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Booth. There, now you can see our beautiful
You just had
faces.
to have that, didn't you?
I did. At least for the first part.
Right.
So, yeah, welcome, everybody. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button to get notified for upcoming videos, and vanquish that like button. Also, share. We like it when you guys share. That's for
We
sure.
do, because sharing is caring here on YouTube and
That
Twitter
is
and Instagram and Facebook, where you can find
That's
us on every platform.
That's right. And on Patreon.
Oh, yes.
So don't forget, everybody. Get your gifts. Giftedizing. Where all the real money of the podcast is made. www.insidetheboohtv.com/shop. Get yourself a mug, a neck gaiter, but I use it as a do-rag because, who covers your face? Nobody does. If you do, it's because it's cold outside.
That's right. This is true.
We got t-shirts. We got hoodies. We also got a bunch of other stuff. We got wing hug pillows, blankets, and there's some stickers. We also got stickers. Just go over to the shop and buy something.
Browse.
That's right.
Buy something. Right.
Buy
Don't
something.
browse.
Buy
Just
something for your
do a
friends.
roulette.
Remember, it's a
Scroll,
gift.
pick something, and just see where life takes you. Life is too short not to take a chance or a risk at InsideTheBoothTV.com.
That's right. And don't forget, everybody, become a Patreon member for $1 a month. So we can also bring content to you guys. Also,
Bring better content. Upgrade. Get all those
yeah,
fancy intros that all the cool YouTubers use. Have no
That's
idea
right.
what we would do just yet. Whatever we do, it's going to be fancy.
That's right.
I
And
guarantee
don't
it.
forget, if you're not a Patreon member, now is the time to be watching, because then after we're done, what is this? The show
So after this show,
will be
everybody,
taken
from
down
now
and
on,
edited.
Rumble reviews, inner reviews, they're going to be cut in half or somehow minimized. So that way, if you didn't catch the live show, you definitely will be missing out unless you are a Patreon member. So if you catch the live, you get it all. But if you're not here for the live, I'm sorry for you. Just going to say.
And that's right. What she said.
That's what I said.
All right, so everybody, we have a special guest with us today, and you guys are
He is
going
heckling
to
in the
love
comments.
Nice. We'll bring him on right now, actually. Welcome our guest, Drunk
Handsomest
3PO.
man on YouTube, despite what he looks like right now. But he's cold, so we'll give him an
freaking cold, Florida. Thanks for inviting me on.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. You actually look like something that I would be looking like when I'm outside shoveling the snow.
You know, I made a huge sacrifice to come on the show in the freezing cold here in Florida. And he makes wisecracks.
Cold, 42
My teeth
degrees.
are chattering here, man.
Yeah, no, I actually understand let me tell you what, the difference between the cold in Florida to here is the moisture in the air.
Did you just say moist? Come on, man. What are you saying, man?
Moisture.
What's up with that? This language here. I thought this was a clean show.
It is a clean show.
Moist. Cold. I see everyone in the chat.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for being here, saying hi.
Yeah.
I see y'all.
Yes, and I usually do that too, is put some people that say hello up. So I'll do that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Don't forget, everybody, if you guys have any questions for Jay, just
no, don't tell them that. They're gonna
Close-
ask you weird
close-
questions, man. What are you doing, man? Come
Doesn't
on.
mean you have to
It doesn't-
answer the question.
yeah,
Right?
No,
They're
no
just
weird
open up for
questions.
interpretation.
They'll never.
No, no weird.
Oh no, I
questions,
encourage
anybody.
the weird
But,
questions. We get to cherry pick which ones are favorite.
Oh, there we go.
Well, that's true. But we'll ask your questions toward the end of the show, so that we can stay focused.
See, when you get
with
more
our
people in the
questions.
chat, you got 20 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button. You got to go quick. You got to be like, Lulu, my love. Thanks for being here, Steve. Holocron Library Fox. Look at you, man. Art to the Icky. Yeah, you don't have
Turn it
to
into
plug
a
my
rap
channel, but
song,
appreciate it.
basically.
Christopher Arcellus here, A2D2, Don, Mr. Plasma, TD. I see you all. You guys are awesome. Dax Morgan. That's how you do it, man.
I like it.
Josh.
I like it. Thank you.
You're in Tampa. I'm in Orlando, man. I mean, we're only like 35 minutes away, but it's like 50 degrees colder where I'm at. So
that's what I've heard about Florida. That it's a drastic difference in temperature depending on where you're at.
Yeah, that's right.
We get Virtue, my dear Prime. I see you.
I know. I'm seeing all these people I normally see on Jay's chat. I'm like, whose channel is this anyway?
So awesome to have y'all here.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Your next live
So,
stream, Jay, just ask. Maybe somebody will like send you money for. Since somebody sent you money for an air conditioner last year, maybe they'll send you.
Yeah, so over there in the corner.
That's great.
It gets hot in this room, like in the summer. What's the
it.
temperature there, Jay? Honestly, I think. All right, I'll give you an honest reading.
To goodness answer.
It is 50.
Oh,
That's
geez.
nice. It's like 30
That's
something right here.
Shorts weather and flip flops for here.
Nah.
Yeah.
It could be 60 something. I'm still wearing long sleeves. But anyway.
I took the trash out in flip flops, and I thought like my toenails are gonna pop right off.
Ew.
Well, it's a lot warmer today than it
Tabitha
was
hates
yesterday.
toenails. I just learned that. So
This is gross.
It's
Oh my
21
gosh.
degrees where I'm at.
Very cozy. Wow.
Yes. It's a lot warmer than yesterday.
people say it's not cold. It's cold to me, okay? It's cold
Yeah.
to me.
I'm always cold.
And I've got such a terrible job. I got to go to Disney World. I got to stand outside and ride rides and eat ice cream. It's horrible, man. It's a horrible life.
But
So,
somebody's
I have
got
the
to
right
do
to
it.
complain. That's right. Somebody has to do it.
We
I
appreciate you
almost-
taking one for the team.
I know Art to the Icky's in the chat, and I almost wore this on the live stream, but it's just too thin. So maybe next time. And it smells like Arkansas. I don't know why. I don't want to smell like Arkansas right now. I don't want to smell like Arkansas. Oh, I'm about to sneeze because I put it near my nose. But it's close
Are you
to
allergic?
me.
Are you allergic to white trash? No offense to anybody from Arkansas.
No, that was
Wow.
bad. Tabitha. That was bad.
I've never been to Arkansas, so I can, just saying what I heard. Or was that
Right,
Mississippi? I can't
stereotyping,
remember.
Right? Oh,
Oh, sorry, I derailed the
Fine.
stream yet again.
no, that's we do that all the time, anyways. So yeah,
do it
so
all
let's, yeah, we always go off topic.
Mrs. to the Icky's really mad in the chat. She's like, "I'm not white."
But from what I understand, she's not actually from Arkansas. I think she just lives there.
Well, we got two women fighting. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. That's so sexist. So
That's
sexist.
terrible. No,
I know.
She's awesome. She makes cool things.
She did. She made the shirt. I'd wear it just for her. So
She makes
wear it
really
just for her.
awesome stuff. She puts Dan's face all over stickers and T-shirts.
That's right.
Sorry to hear
They're
that.
awesome people.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh, you
No,
like
that's
that
all
stuff? Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm
Why not?
constantly getting memed from
Mm.
Geeks and Gamers and Krista and all that. So it's like,
Yeah, same here. I actually had a nightmare.
I-
Was it last week before last
A
about it?
nightmare?
R2 put my face. Well, I was feeling ill, and so when you're ill and you have dreams, they're usually a lot more flamboyant. I swear, I had this dream that R2 put my face like I was in my pajamas, my hair was a mess, and I had no makeup on, and he made some kind of a GIF and put it online, and I kept waking up thinking, I've got to tell him to take it down. I've got to tell him to take it down. It was seemed really real at the time, but thank God it never happened. R2, don't ever do that, please. Not that I would ever be on a live stream with no makeup and in my pajamas with my hair undone, but I'm just saying for future.
I don't know.
should that
I've
ever
been through
happen.
your channel. There was a couple outfits, a little suspicious.
It's a little sus, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, never without my hair done, for sure.
If that's what you want to call it. I got it.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Well, at least I don't have to wear a hat when I come.
Anna, that
to live
Star
stream.
Wars girl is here. Wow. What's up,
Wow.
Anna?
Hello.
She's a bigger star than me.
Internet famous.
Nice.
Anna, this is Tabitha, another artist. She did this, Anna. She painted this little thing.
I
This
love her
caribou.
Alice in Wonderland painting. It's beautiful. I love the way she shadows and highlights things.
Yeah, so cool. Oh, now she's on her regular. She says, "Drunk, show
Show
your
us
feet."
your feet. I saw that in your other live stream the other day, and I'm like, I don't know what it is that women pick particular body parts that are unusual to like emphasize about you. Me, it's the eyebrows. For her, it's your feet. Like, it's not like your charming smile, maybe some guns. No. Your feet and your eyebrows. But hey, I mean, if you got it, flaunt it, right?
Not complaining. That's all. But I don't know if you want to see my feet now. I'm wearing
Not if your toenails popped off.
They didn't, but pretty cool.
Feet are pretty gross, in my opinion.
Anna, thank you so much for stopping by. That's pretty awesome.
That is.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty
Very
awesome.
honored. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm honored every time.
Well, we
It's
are
hard to be
honored to have
humble.
you on.
I understand.
So there was a person that we interviewed long time ago. His name was Ryan Kinnell, and I think you showed up, Jay, on the chat, and he told us that you were the famous one. So
That was before my time.
that was before Tabitha's time. That's right.
I missed it.
That's
You had
true.
Ryan on? That's awesome.
Yeah,
Ryan's about to
we
hit
did.
100,000.
I know, it's crazy.
The guy's killing it, man, and I'm very happy for my friends. Anna, who's in the chat, she launched a calendar. It's unbelievable. I got a sneak peek before everybody else gets to see it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's unbelievable. You know, she really took a lot of time and effort. I love seeing my friends win. Like that's the thing. I love it because when you surround yourself with people that constantly encourage you and support you and take time out of their day just to make sure everything's good and just lift you up above them, you know, you build this unique friendship. You have like friends, you have acquaintances, you know, that it's like they're always there for me. So seeing them win is a beautiful thing. So it's like I love seeing my friends win because it gets me excited, and because then they're right there going, "You're next, buddy. You're next."
Yeah.
So it's so cool. So it's so cool.
It is very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess first question would be, what got you into doing YouTube in the first place? Like what started it? What started all the basics?
What's the origin story of Drunk?
All right, so it's kind of interesting because I was for years, and the people that are in the chat will probably leave now because they've heard this a million times. So, but it's just being like, I don't know what you call it. People say humanitarian, but just like traveling a lot and being around the world a few times. There was a point. I was in Cambodia, and I don't know what it was that something about that trip that really, I mean, nothing to hide, but it just messed me up mentally. And I think it was just years of just years of constant moving around and seeing poverty and seeing all this stuff. It's something about being there that I just came back to America, and I was like, I know I was in a bad spot. So I started to see a counselor. And I saw a counselor for 2 years, and I was diagnosed with this weird thing like I wasn't a missionary, but they called it missionary stress syndrome, something like that.
Oh, I think I've heard of it.
So it, and so I got a job here. I was in Miami. I moved to Orlando, took a job as a teacher, and I needed like an outlet. Like I needed something to do. So it was just I had a couple friends that liked talking Star Wars, and they just said just make a YouTube channel so you could be part of it. And I didn't think anything of it. And we all had stupid Star Wars names, like Drunk 3PO was one of them. There was like High R2D. It was just stupid names. And we came together on this other guy's channel, and we just did a Star Wars show once a week. Nothing big.
Mm-hmm.
In front of like 5 people, nothing big. And it was like an outlet, to kind of, I don't know, it was just like I just needed hobby. It's like I travel for so much, like my hobbies were like it's hard to find something that you kind of ground in, and you just needed some positive hobby thing to do. So I started that, and it was like I had fun. I loved doing it. It was no big deal. Somebody then said, Jay, you should like record a video or two. And I'm like, I don't know anything about that. I like have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. We were just talking Star Wars. Last Jedi came out, I hated it. And
Yeah,
it was like it was they're like, well, just talk about it, man. We like what you have to say when we're together. Just talk about it. So I had an old iPhone 8, I think, at the time. And I hooked up the iPhone, and I had a fake microphone. I had a real microphone, but it was fake. Like I faked it.
I wasn't plugged in.
Yeah, because I didn't know what I was doing. And I just started talking. And it was just like anybody else starting out. You look back on those videos. It's crazy because I could look back on those videos, and I was like, really, I was going through like a really bad time, like trying to balance life out.
Right.
And you could see like I had big bags over I looked terrible. Like I was overweight. I had big bags over my eyes. I just looked stressed. I didn't look happy. I didn't look, but I just started recording videos. So it was just like, it just started doing it. And then it wasn't until they started building Galaxy's Edge, because I live like right next door.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing Galaxy's Edge videos, and they just kind of took off. And cool. It was just one of those things that everybody else was talking about The Last Jedi, and I was talking about Galaxy's Edge. And the Drunk 3PO channel started like, it was weird. Like the first time I had a 1,000 viewed video, I was like, whoa. Mm-hmm. The first time like people started thumbing down the videos, like, oh my gosh, people hate me. Started getting hate comments, I'm just like, what is happening here? Like, what is this? Like, I remember I did one video about Galaxy's Edge, and I said Luke Skywalker's not gonna. I got the report that Luke Skywalker won't be at Galaxy's Edge. It was I looked terrible. It was from a cell phone, and a fake microphone. But I launched it, and it was at like 8,000 views, right? Mm-hmm. And I had 600 subscribers, and people were so mad at me in that video. They were just like, how dare you say that? Luke's going to be that. And I'm like, it freaked me out because I never had so much hate thrown at me that I deleted the video. It's stupid now, but I didn't know how to respond. I deleted it. That would have put me into monetization easy, but I deleted it because I was like, man, what did I do? Like, everyone's mad at me. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now everybody's mad at me, and I love it. But so then that kind of got started, and then I got attacked from a guy from Slash Films, went after my little channel at the time, and I was at 700 subscribers. This guy from Slasher Films, Pete Soretta, who runs that media company, who has a YouTube channel about 300,000, and he found one of my stupid little videos and he attacked it on Twitter.
Oh.
And he was just like, look at this poor soul. Look at this idiot. Look how many views he has. And I was just like, dang, what is this? And it was Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers who saw that. And he reached out and he was just like, I got you, man. Let me defend you because, you know, he's like, he's making fun of your views. And so that started that whole relationship.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Well, that
So,
was
because
gonna be my
Jeremy
next
was like,
question.
he was like, if that guy's attacking you, well, you must be doing something right, you know? And he's like, they don't usually go after really small channels that was small at the time.
Right.
And so it was like, we just started that relationship, you know, and he started following me on Twitter and I saw him commenting in videos and then I started upgrading my equipment a little bit and then when Galaxy's Edge was starting to open, my channels just started booming. And for that, and then we went right into the Rise of Skywalker and it just took off. And then I started putting theme park look at Anna. I started putting theme park content on my channel, and then that's when we had the conversation. He's like, I always wanted a theme park channel. Would you like to run it? And then so it finally took a few months, and then when we finally started it, the pandemic hit and the lockdowns hit, so the theme parks closed. Right. So I was like, what kind of idiot starts a theme park channel when you can't go to the theme park? You know? So, but yeah, here we are. So,
well, and how did you get the name Drunk 3PO? I think I've watched one of your videos and I don't remember your explanation.
All my friends we thought after The Last Jedi, we thought that Star Wars was backwards. So we started making up stupid names. Like what would make Star Wars backwards? Well, a drunk C-3PO it's backward. It's like that's not his character. Because that's what we saw. That's that's just my opinion. I know people love the movies, and I think that's wonderful. But you know, we just saw.
It kind of reminds me of Futurama, the robot on that one.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. But the problem is, like, it was just a silly name that I didn't think would. I didn't think it would be something. You know,
become a name, if you will.
Well, the truth is, if I thought like my YouTube career would be as big as I thought, I mean, it's not. It's still in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty small. But if I thought it would be where it is now, I probably would have not used that name. But here we are, but
it's catchy, and you know, it's kind
of
like
what everyone says. Like it's fun.
Yeah. That way it's not quite so serious, so it's easy to remember, and then it's also a conversation starter, so people want to dig a little bit deeper and find out, you know, who you are, what it is, because it almost makes it sound like you watch Star Wars movies while intoxicated and just give your opinion on what you think, and then you go and find out it's absolutely not. So that's pretty funny. Who would have thought? That's great. Yeah. I love stories like that where it just, like you said,
it was an accident.
It was an accident that turned into something really wonderful and catchy. So
weird,
cool. And so really that's how you got started, like you said, with Geeks and Gamers. Like you just had a conversation with Jeremy. Like that was just how that went.
I was getting attacked on Twitter by people. Like they were attacking my channel,
and he was like, "Those are my."
Well, I was saying all this stuff, you know, that I knew was true because I knew the people that was running the construction at Galaxy's Edge. And Star Wars at that time of The Last Jedi was really, it was like, man, it was like you either loved it or you hated it. And it was a bloodbath out there. You know, I found people like Anna to like, who, if she's still in the chat, like just loved her content. I didn't even know her, but just hearing stuff like that, and it's just, you know, you kind of, I guess at the time you just kind of drew sides because it was like, I don't like The Last Jedi, and people were like, well, you're in this, you're that, you're this, and I'm like, what the heck? You don't even know me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, this is
Yeah, all
like,
just
what is
because of
this?
an
You know, like,
opinion.
why are you calling names? So, you know, and for some reason, I think when Peter Soretta attacked me, it opened the door for other high profile people to attack me and laugh at me because my channel was so small at the time.
Right.
And they just went to bat. You know, they're like, oh, look at this guy, like, let's kill this channel before it begins. And
Mhm.
I'm just like, what? Like, this is madness, man. Like, what? I've never been through that stuff before, and it just was crazy. And then the funny thing is like, my students, when I was teaching, I was a fifth grade teacher for years, and like, some of my students found the channel, and you know, the parents found it, and so it just, and never got in trouble for it, because I don't cuss on my, or do anything like weird that would make them, you know,
Mhm.
think anything less of me. But they
Well,
were
that's
seeing
good.
like the hate comments, and they started responding. They're like, that's my teacher, how dare you say that about, and I'm like,
Aw.
don't comment. He's like, let it go. Like,
Comment on
Wow,
these
that's
people,
sweet,
yeah.
though.
so it was like, it was funny. It's funny. So like, I'm like, here we are.
Yeah, look at you
Yeah,
now.
and then like that with Jeremy, it was just a conversation. He started park hopping, and we didn't know what was gonna happen. It was basically like, let's just try it and see.
Hmm.
And you know, we're at 11,000 subscribers in less than 2 years, and
Saw that.
interesting
Congratulations.
community over there. A little different than the normal geeks and gamers community, and
Would you say
I,
different as in, like, what do you mean by that? Like, just
so I thought the Star Wars community was bad, like as
oh,
far as
okay,
fighting. The
okay,
Mhm.
theme
right.
park people are horrible. I
Really?
mean, these people were horrible. Like,
Oh, interesting.
they don't want. I remember I was trying to, like, when we started that channel, I was trying to be accepted by the theme park vlogger community.
Mhm.
And there was one thing that really stood out was last Christmas there was a special event happening at one of the Disney parks. It was a Christmas thing because everything was locked down. It was open again. And so it was really interesting for theme park vloggers. So there was this Christmas thing that opened, and they were all there, and I was there. And I could always tell now. I could see who's, you know, who's running a YouTube channel now by the equipment that they have and stuff. So we get on this ride. It's a slow moving boat ride. And before we got on, I bumped into one person, and I'm very outgoing, you know, like I don't extroverted stuff, you know. And so I asked, like, what channel? What channel? I'm with Park Hopping, this and that, this and that. Um, they're like, oh, are you part of the special like Facebook group? You know, we're all together on the Facebook group. We always help each other out, blah, blah, blah. They're like, after the ride, we'll get you linked up. And I was like, okay, cool. So we go on this slow boat ride. I'm recording. There's about 40 of them on this boat. They're all record. We're all on the same ride. I'm like, oh, I'm accepted. I'm accepted. Yay. You know, we get off the ride, and one dude stops me, and he puts his hand out. Now, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4", 260. Okay.
Oh wow,
So
okay.
he puts his hand out, and he's like, hey man, like, you know, geeks and gamers, and I don't think this is for you, man. This ain't for you.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
these people, they don't feel comfortable with you here. Like maybe this theme park stuff isn't for you. Like, isn't for you guys. Like, maybe you should stick to something else. And he goes, no offense, but we wish you luck. But it's saying, and I was like, dang, man. And I
Uh,
Yeah.
like walked past them all, and of course I gave him the stare, the stink eye.
now,
You
was that
know,
because they thought you were gonna like say bad things about it or something?
Yeah, what
I have
brought
no
that?
idea.
Yeah.
I don't
I,
know. And I remember like that was the moment where I was like, called Jeremy, called my brother. I was like, you're not gonna believe what just happened to me. And I was like, all right, we're just gonna do this thing. We're gonna do it our way. We're gonna call out the crap. We're gonna say what we love. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And they can hate us all they want to. So it is what it is.
right.
So we just went full. And but honestly, it was like probably one of the best things to happen because it opened my eyes to be like, I was never intended to be like everybody else, you know. I was trying to copy them because I thought
Well,
they
you're
were
6'4".
successful.
You could never be like anybody else.
No. But yeah, exactly. But it was really all right. So I'll say this: it was really weird. After that day, we really changed our attitude towards all this stuff, and it was great. Our channel just for what it's worth, it's like it's moving right along. I've made some amazing friends. A lot of people inside that work at Disney and Universal and all these places, they appreciate that we're not bought and paid for by Disney. They're always throwing me stuff. They're always like, here, like do this, here, do that, like, and it's they're like, we can't stand those guys. Like they know all about it, and it was pretty awesome. But I almost quit because and I'll end the park hopping story on this, but there was a time. So like the pandemic was happening. I live in Florida. Florida opened up, and I went to Disney, and I went to the theme park. I went to all the theme parks, and every time I went live, there were people in the live chat that were like, I hope you die from the coof. I hope you die. You shouldn't be outside of your home. You shouldn't be this. You shouldn't be that. Oh. Like they were so mad because Florida was open before a lot of the rest of America.
Right, that's right.
And they're like, what are you doing at a theme park? We're in a pandemic, blah, blah, blah. Like, and every time I was live, and I'm just like, dang. Like, and it was vicious. So I was like, oh, Jeremy, man, I don't know, man. This is rough. And he's like, are you good? Are you good? I say, I'm good. And that went on to, especially, it was heavy in January and February. I don't know why. Then Gina Carano got fired, right?
Yeah.
By Disney. And I'm thinking, good God, man, if I go to Disney Park now, while everyone is in a frenzy, it's gonna be, and especially me, because I'm friends with her. Like it's gonna be awful. So I waited. I remember I called. I was like, I can't. I went to Universal like for a week. I went to Legoland. I went to all these places, and I was like, I gotta go. Like it's part of the job, It's like part of the job. I gotta go. And I remember telling the park hopping people, I was like, I'm gonna go to the Magic Kingdom. I'm gonna get it out of the way. Like I'm just gonna go. I was like, let people vent. Let them get angry. Let them say what they want to say. As long as they don't dox me or anything, just let it go. Just let it go. I'll be okay. I'm ready. I'll be okay. Get to the Magic Kingdom. Turn on the live stream. It was brutal. I mean, people were like, I hope you die. I wish nothing but death on you, Jay. How could you do that to your friend? I hope Gina never speaks to you again. I mean, it was like, boom, boom, boom.
Who takes
boom,
the time
boom.
to do that? Like just watch people and hate them.
So I just went through this pandemic crowd telling me I wish I caught the coof and died. Now I'm going through the Gina stuff, and I'm like, I remember Jeremy was in the live stream. He's texting me on my other phone because we have a work phone. And he's like, you okay? You okay? I'm like, I'm all right. And it's just like, it just did not stop. And I'm trying to be all, and over here we got the country bands jamboree. And over here we got this. And I'm like trying to ignore it. I'm trying to ignore it. And everyone's texting me. My brother's texting me, dude, you good, man? Maybe you should turn it off. I'm like, no, I'm going to do an hour. It's part of the job. It's a job. I know what we're trying to do. This and that. We work with Bloomberg as well. Park hopping does to get articles and stuff out. And I'm like, gonna make it work. So we walked through. The hour was up. I turned it off. I think we privated that live stream because it was so bad. Because the comments afterwards were like, death, die. And I was like, Jeremy, I might not be the right guy for the job.
Just what you want on a fun-loving channel.
I was like, this is rough, man. Like, this is like, every time I go to a theme park to ride some rides, people want me to die. Like, what is that? That's crazy. We pushed through, and we're at a really, every now and then we get a couple comments. I hate Disney. I was like, yeah, I hate them for what they did too. And so it was like, but we pushed through, and like, here we are.
That's
So
What
I'm a stronger
exactly?
man for it. Not one
What
person came to kill me. So
This is true, and we're grateful for that. Of course we are.
so am I.
What exactly does the job entail? Like I've seen some of your videos, but as an overall, I mean, is it just to give people the experience of the different theme parks, or is it just kind of like, if you will, undercover work, just to kind of show you what's going on, or what exactly is
A
the
mixture
purpose of
of
it?
it's a mixture of a lot of things. The crazy thing is the theme park community, as that's what they call it, is bigger. It's one of the biggest communities I've ever seen. Like people are obsessed with theme park stuff. Just 2 days ago, Disney released the most god awful looking popcorn
I
bucket,
saw that.
and people waited 5 to 6 hours to get one. Like
Nice.
that's
Yeah.
how these people are. And hey, man, if
Okay.
that's what they love, good for them. And so we report on stuff like that, and so it's and I like going to theme parks. I've always gone. It's just I enjoy it, but and so it's just reporting what's going on, and they change things up like every week. There's always
Oh,
something
wow.
new. There's always something closing. There's always some crazy thing that happens. There was a fight at Disney the other week. They're selling popcorn buckets, and so people are buying these uh popcorn buckets and reselling them for $1,000 on eBay. So I'm going tomorrow to see if I can get two to sell for $1,000
There you
on
go.
eBay.
There you go.
Right.
Make some money while you're doing
Um,
it, right?
yeah.
God.
So it's like it's an interesting. People have made theme parks their profession
Mhm.
because of the obsession it is for so many people that live there, or go there, that travel to ride roller coasters. So that's just what we just kind of tapped into that market,
Hmm.
for what it's worth. And like I'm a little different than a lot of theme park people are like, everything is so awesome here. I love it. Nothing's ever bad here. And I'm there and I'm like, man, this place sucks. Like this is terrible. Like what's going on over there? It's like, we go live and I basically walk around and see what people are wearing. Here come the trolls. Look at
Mhm.
that.
See that. R2, get on it.
Here
Dex.
come the trolls. I knew they were gonna come. I knew they were gonna come. And so it was like, it's like we go live and like I look at people and see what they're wearing. I'm like, don't ever wear this to a theme park, please. So, but the things that I love, like we say, we're very honest. We're just like, we love this, we hate this, we love.
And people
this, we
don't
like
give you
that.
grief for carrying a camera around. I guess it's so common. Do
Oh
people
man,
care?
nah.
Now, do you carry do you do it with your phone or do you do it with a real camera?
I do it with an iPhone 13, yeah, and a gimbal. So it's not too big. It gets the job done.
Gotcha.
So
that's cool.
Wow.
That's a lot of fun.
It's fine. I love it. Like I said, I'll be there tomorrow. So I go there with Rogue Disney sometimes, and that's
He's cool. He's a cool guy.
He's all right.
has a little rat on his shoulder.
His little
Yeah,
rat.
yeah. I've seen a lot of people have those things.
Zerd
I
or
will never wear
something.
one.
I think he
Yeah,
names it.
I don't know what I refuse to call it its name. It's just a rat, a plastic thing.
Zort. I can't remember its name.
I don't know. He laughs weird.
I just tell him, I was like, don't get tue much alcohol on me because I might just think it's something real
Go pet it.
crawling up your shoulder and just punch it right off. It's a giant roach on your shoulder, man. Like goosh.
Oh my god.
Drunk make a baby with Gina and call it wow. Look at these trolls, man.
That's the same one as the other person. They just
Yeah.
a different name. Huh.
Very creative.
Yeah.
Hmm.
News network.
Wow. That's
Thanks for
okay.
spelling my name correctly.
We get the Russian bots in our chat.
Oh, we
Wait.
do, don't we?
Yeah.
The Nazi ones.
Oh, that too. We get the Nazi ones, and then we get the Russian ones that link to bad things. So
Oh, yeah.
that's how you know you've hit the good times. You're going good places when all the haters come out, I guess.
That's right. And the bots.
Mm-hmm. Does it ever get routine though? Like when you go, since you've been there for so many different times. I mean, I guess because there's always people doing strange things, it kind of keeps it interesting. But I guess you just go around and
You know what
report?
I love? What I love now is like when people come to visit and I could take them on a tour, and that's exciting. Like Anna
Mhm.
came and visited for the first time. I've met so many YouTubers that came, Jane Theory, Tom, Rogue Disney. Yeah, it's just a lot. I can go on and on. And like that has been pretty awesome. You know, that's been pretty awesome. So you guys in the chat, you guys can't see the trolls, can you? Or are we just seeing them on StreamYards?
Sure.
They
I'm trying to
probably do
block them as
see.
they come.
They probably do see him. But look, if King Arthur's there, I got your sword. Come get it.
Go get it. I'll give it to him, and then he might leave.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Nice. So, question about your jaywalking the planet. Was that before you started doing Drunk 3PO, or was that
Yeah.
after? It was before.
Yeah, I
How'd
never
that-
really like that was just a channel I just had, like that I was I just was trying to like put just stuff where I was traveling at. I wasn't really focused on what the content was per se.
Right.
And it was just like so I like when I spent a lot of years in Haiti, so it was like I'd go to a community or something and just record something and put it on YouTube, so like people that were trying to give money could see it firsthand. Like that's the only reason why that channel was there.
Mm.
So I didn't really turn it into something that people would really want to watch till later on. And I understand, like now that I understand YouTube and like how it works, it's like it's just something that just trying to put it together. That channel is really hard because it's like you have to travel to make that thing work.
Right.
You know.
Well, yeah, jaywalking the planet.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
have to
so,
travel,
yeah.
and that costs money. And of course, we're in the middle of lockdowns at times, and special passports, and all that stuff. So
The beautiful
it makes it
pandemic.
difficult. It makes it difficult, but we've been working around it, and at least trying to do at least a trip every month to do something.
Yeah.
So the latest project is Mexico. So
Mhm.
doing
Okay.
stuff to Mexico. Sam says, when did you first go to Sri Lanka? Man, how long ago was that? 5 years ago? 5 years ago, I think. Sri Lanka was an interesting place because we were at this hotel and the people came by the hotel one morning and put a notice on all our doors saying, you can't leave the room. There's a cobra warning. And I was like,
Yeah, I can see that. Oh my gosh.
cobra warning? What does that mean? And I'm like, and of course, stupid me, rip it off my door and go marching down, to the managers. I was like, what is this? We gotta go somewhere. And they're like, sir, go back to your room. Like, there's been 2 cobra sightings. We don't want you to get bit. And I'm like, are you serious?
Oh my gosh.
And
I'd
he's
be
like,
at the
are you
nightstand.
serious?
He's probably like typical American.
He's like, we'll let you know. So then when I realized it was real, like getting back to my room was, you're like a ninja. It's like,
Yeah.
I hear
Your eyes
rustling.
open.
And then I have to get back to the room. It's like calling every room, don't leave your room. It's real. Don't leave your room. Don't leave your room.
Oh my gosh. That's what I'm saying. I would be hiding on top of the nightstand. I wouldn't go near the bed. I wouldn't go near any openings.
Man, cobras are
my least favorite snake. Oh my goodness.
they're huge, and like they're huge though. They wouldn't get in the room. They're just freaking
Indiana
huge.
Jones.
But you like lift up the toilet seat, like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And make sure they don't come through the toilet. Yeah.
yeah. That was interesting in Sri Lanka, but yeah.
It's a problem that you
fun.
never think you would have in a hotel. Am I right? Anywhere.
Anywhere.
By the way, anywhere. Like we have a cobra problem. Oh my goodness.
Well, eventually they caught him, I guess, and then they came around and were like, it's free, safe to come out now. We got them.
Right.
It's
Just
like,
another day in
but
Sri
it doesn't
Lanka.
matter. Like, your mind is like,
Right.
okay, you sure you got them all?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, we're pretty sure. You'll be all right. I'm like,
Take
well,
mothballs with you.
an hour ago you thought I was gonna die. Like, thanks a lot.
Cobra fights,
Oh
right?
my gosh. No, no,
Crazy.
no.
King
That
Cobra.
Yeah, that's my least favorite snake. I hate them all, but there's just something about king cobras.
I mean, if I had my wish, the Jaywalking the Planet channel would be like my main, like it would be pumping enough, you know.
Mhm.
So that's just what I would do.
So that's
'Cause,
what
like,
you want to do more of that type of
oh
stuff.
man, I just want to get like a brand new truck and just like drive all 50 states. You know, I would love to do that.
That'd be cool.
I would love that. I would love that more than anything. Like,
Go live
seriously.
my dream. That sounds awesome.
And just, oh really?
Mm-hmm.
And just you know, just stop when you want and be like, oh, that looks cool, let's stop over there. Oh, that looks cool, let's go over there.
Right.
So
hey,
Just
Walt
absolute
Disney's
freedom
in.
to do what you want to do and see what you want to see and just go. Yeah. That's why I enjoy watching your Jaywalking the Planet and other traveling videos, because it's like, I want to do that. I want to go there. I want to go to there, as Liz Lemon from 30 Rock would say. But I love your videos. Was it the burn the ships, burn the boats?
burn the boats, yeah.
Very inspiring and very wonderfully sad. I mean, for sure. Like, you can't. There is no perfect time to go travel and everything like that. You just gotta go. Obviously, plan a little bit, but you can't wait for the
Yeah.
perfect day,
Well,
the perfect weather, the perfect amount of
That's
money.
the thing. It was like the lockdowns really opened my eyes to
Mhm.
where my, you know, before, so I've been around the world twice. The only places I've never really been were like, if it's cold, like Russia, any place up there, but like mostly all of Asia, Africa, a lot of time in the Caribbean, Peru, and South America, stuff like that. I mean, I haven't been everywhere, but you know, 6 tours in China and all that stuff over my lifetime. And I really wanted to, when I felt like my life was getting back in order, with everything, and I was like, you know, I want to see America, you know, like I want to like see, you know, around Mount Rushmore. I want to go to Yellowstone. I want to see the giant redwoods. I really wanted to do that.
Mhm.
I want to go to Alaska and see the whales. You know, all that stuff. And so it was like, all right, let's go. Like, I'm in Florida. I could beeline it all the way up to New York and then come back down and go see Niagara Falls. I had it all like ready to go. And it's like the job, I quit my teaching job to take an online teaching job so I could do that. Like, that was like what I would do. So I could work as long as I had internet
Right.
in the morning, and then I could go and do whatever I wanted to do. So that was my plan. And then when we were locked in our home, it just, every day I was like, man, this could be taken away from me
Yeah.
at like an instant. And I don't want to be that guy that goes, man, I wish I should have. You know, I don't want to live in the excuse and just be like, man, why did I wait so long? Why did I wait for the perfect moment? Why did I wait? You know, like what was my excuse for not just going? And I mean, I get it. Gotta have money. You gotta have, you know, you shouldn't go in. I don't think you should go into debt for something like that. But I had it. My life was kind of set up, ready to go, where I could work and just drive and do this whole thing. And when they took that away, it was like, wow. And then the biggest shocker to me was my grandma passed away earlier this year, and I couldn't go to the funeral, or earlier last year, excuse me. And I couldn't. She's 96, and I couldn't go to the funeral, and I couldn't visit her for Christmas because of, you know, the world and like what was going on. I thought it was terrible. And when we got to the funeral part, my brother lives in Florida too. They were like, well, at the time the law was only 6 people or something like that could go. And they're like, yeah, like we can't, you guys can't go.
Wow.
And it just opened my mind to like, man, life is so freaking precious and short. And what are we doing? Why are we not taking a chance? Why are we not stepping out of the boat? Why are we scared? Like, why are we, or at least for me, it's like, I wanted to go to New York. I wanted to go to Times Square and stay in Times Square and, you know, walk in Times Square. And I did that. You know, I did a whole East Coast thing. I went to Vegas a few times already. I did all that stuff. I wanted to do that. So I prepared, you know, I cut a lot of stuff out of my life that was costing money. I saved, I worked harder. I stayed up and put extra hours in and different things to have money so I can do that, because, you know, the day could come where it's like, can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, whether you could either get too old or who knows what could happen, you know, and I don't want to live like that, because too many people I've seen just fall victim to the excuse. And it's like, this is an excuse, that is an excuse, this is an excuse, and they wait, and the next year comes, it's the same excuse, the next year comes, the same excuse, the next year, and before you know it, it's like, well, you know, there's 10 years down the road. What was I doing in those 10 years that I couldn't do one of the things I wanted to do? You know what I mean? And it's I just don't want to live like that anymore, because I don't want to live like that, knowing I missed out on something that I really wanted to do. So that's just me. I mean, listen, everybody has their own story and their own challenge in life that they deal with, and you know, but it's life is so precious and it's so beautiful. If you watch Twitter and the news and everything, they'll convince you that life is ugly and that people are ugly and that this world is ugly and that all people do is fight and point fingers.
Mainstream media. So
I mean, that's all they do, and it's not. It's
no,
beautiful.
it's not. Definitely not.
Yeah,
and I've
there's
been
still
around
good
the world,
things to
like
see.
I said, twice, and I've, you know, people would always warn me, you better not go to China, they hate Americans, or you better not go to the Middle East. Man, it's the furthest from this truth. When I was in the Middle East, it was like they were waving the American flags when I got off the plane.
See, they don't tell you stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I don't. You know, it's all this fear, and it's like, you know, and I had the privilege of celebrating Christmases in other countries.
Oh,
and
cool.
It's beautiful. It's such a, it's very different, you know, it's very different. And I've celebrated with people in Africa that had nothing, but to see like this community, I celebrated in Haiti, where people were eating a meal a day, and to see it, I don't know, it really changes your perspective on the world.
Yeah.
Than what we see on social media and the media and all that stuff, because the world is beautiful. The people are beautiful. There's amazing people doing amazing things that we just don't know about, but they're there if you open your eyes and see. And you got to get out and see it. You got to get out and see it. Like, that's just how it is. You got to get out and meet the right people to see it. I'm sorry I rambled off for a bit, but
well, in the words of Hannah Montana, life is what you make it.
Very true.
Hannah Montana said that, huh?
Well, you know, the people that wrote her songs, but she sang it, so.
Oh, she sang it. Gotcha. It's interesting.
I mean, the premise is still the same. I agree. I'm the same mindset like Jay. It's like, just sitting around waiting, and what am I waiting for? So that's what I did last year and the year before. It was like time to, I didn't go to great destinations, but I basically got out of my comfort zone and said, I'm going to visit with my family more. I'm going to visit with my friends more. I was blessed that my different family members, because of the pandemic, they didn't shun me, or not intentionally shun, but you know what I mean? Put up those precautions that kept us at distance. In fact, they were very welcoming and wanted to see me. And I didn't want to take that for granted.
Families that do that though. You know?
So I was like, I'm going to take this opportunity.
Oh, no, you're going to get me sick and I'm going to die because the media told me it would happen.
And it's really sad that there's people
is
like
sad.
that
Very
missing out
sad.
for sure.
But I think when people see, I don't know, I hope for whatever it's worth to inspire others to take a step and
What's up, brother?
live their dream. And sometimes even if it's family, you gotta just, I respect your decision, so I'm gonna go to Vegas. I respect your decision, but I'm gonna go, wherever, and I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna take a chance on this person. I'm gonna take a chance on this. And you know what? Sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes you get rejected. Sometimes you just can't go. But
on life.
it's like you just gotta step out of the boat, man. Like, you don't understand what living is unless you step out of the boat and take a few steps.
That's right.
You might start to drown and
there.
drink. Somebody will
I'm
pull you
working
out.
on it.
Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, there's no greater feeling.
It's like Jesus called Peter out of the boat. Said, "Hey, come to me if you believe it's me."
Well, that's such an interesting story because they thought it was a ghost. They're like,
Yeah,
there's a ghost out there.
Look at the ghost.
And he wants me to walk on the water. Are you insane?
Yeah.
And Peter's like dumb. Peter's like, most of us dumb. And that's the beautiful thing about having that dumb faith. It's like,
that's right.
Peter wasn't the brightest, but he was like, well, all right, why not? And you look at all these people, that are scared to take, who else did it? Nobody did. Peter did, but there was other people on the boat. Could you imagine what they were doing? Like, there's dumb old Peter again.
Yeah, Peter, don't do that. He's walking
through a ghost.
Yeah,
but he did it. And just like all of us, the waves the storms of life hit, and you get scared, and he started to sink, but he didn't die, man. He lived through it.
That's right.
And never once did you ever hear him brag about it.
No,
you never heard Peter like go around to like in the Bible. He might have, but it wasn't recorded. He never went around and went like,
I just
excuse me, Paul. I'm the one that walked on water, buddy, not you. It's like you never. And let me tell you something. If I walked on water in front of 20 people, everybody would hear that story every 10 minutes. So that's all I'm saying.
Which is why YouTube wasn't invented back then.
Exactly. But it's just like, but he did, even if it was 2 steps, he took steps while the other ones were afraid. And for whatever reason, I think things happen in the universe and in life to challenge us to take these steps. And, it's like a dumb leap of faith, man. It's just, it is what it is. You're going to get wet. You got to take a step.
That's right.
And take a chance. Listen, one thing in life is certain. You will experience rejection. It's just how it is. You're going to experience painful heartache. Like, it's just, that's life.
Abandonment.
You're going to experience those things. You're going to experience depression. You're going to experience low places that no one will understand what you're dealing with. No one.
That's right.
Then you're also going to go through life and try to fill emptiness that you have with so many things. Well, maybe this will make me happy. And you see people get addicted to food, to drugs, to alcohol, because they can keep consuming something that they think is helping them.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
And it's just we all deal with that kind of stuff, and it's those that are like, no, this ain't it. I'm gonna keep trying to walk forward. The road is pretty narrow, but I gotta keep focused. And you see the incredible things that they do, because I truly believe within my heart that walking in a passion that you have is one of the greatest fulfillments, because it's a gift. It's a gift from God that is given to us to express out into the world. And you don't have to be famous. You ain't got to be a millionaire. You ain't got to be all this stuff. You just have to do what you're supposed to be doing. And I think you'll know. I think you'll know what you're supposed to be doing. Whether it's coloring pictures with crayons, or sitting with kids, or teaching a class, or listening, or taking care of old people, or teaching piano, or whatever it is. There's the list. It's not 5 things. There's a million things on the board.
Oh yeah.
And you walking in it, you will feel so fulfilled and so full of joy, and so that you'll want to keep doing it. But the problem is getting there.
Yes, amen.
That's the issue that we all face. But I think that's
You
part of
go
the
through it.
journey, though.
That's right.
Part of
You
the
wouldn't
journey.
appreciate
You
it
don't
as
stay there.
much if you didn't go through the hardships, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's right.
That was a lot to throw out there. Sorry.
That's
That was
all
It
a
was
long
beautiful. Man, I could listen to it all day. I need that.
I got a kid screaming. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no screaming children allowed there, Dan. Well, now that it's just Jay and I. So how you doing?
Where are we going first? Where's the one place you want to visit first? Not with me. I just kidding, but I'm just saying if you
Sure, let's go. You want to visit the United States? Let's go.
where would you want to go first?
I've always wanted to see the redwoods of California, but
Yeah, the big trees you could drive a car through, right?
I love the
Yeah,
forest. I love mountains, and so the redwoods of California. What is it? It's called like Jacob's Well or something like that in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to go back to Zion National Park in Utah. I was there when I was very small, but I remember it being one of the most beautiful places I have ever been to in my life. And because I was so young at the time, I would love to go back and just see if it's everything I remember it being. Plus,
you're like an Ewok or a Wookiee.
What? What did you say?
You're like an Ewok or a Wookiee. You like the forest, so you're either like.
It's so funny. I love the forest. I love grass, but I do love the desert. I love me some sand, some rocks.
Anna said that tree fell over. You mean the tree that the car goes through? It fell over?
Oh, the famous one?
Well, that sucks. I'm not going now.
Have to find a new one. There's just so many beautiful places, like you said, just Alaska. I'm planning to go to Camden, Maine next year with my cousin. I'm like, look, let's do this. We don't get to see each other that often. Life is too short. And we had planned to go in 2020, but of course the world shut down. So we're planning for next year. And it's like, I'm making it happen. I'm going to get in her face and we're going to make it happen because you know what? It's here. We don't know what the future's gonna hold, and might as well make the best of it while we can, And time just goes too quickly.
Would you drive up or fly up?
I'd drive up so that way she and I could have a lot of more quality time getting to know one another. So we don't get to see each other that often. So the more time together, the better. I think road trips are awesome. I think they're one of the best ways to travel because you really get to know people on a road trip. Sometimes too well.
She come down to St. Augustine.
Why? What's in St. Augustine?
The Fountain of Youth is there. Ponce de Leon. It's the oldest city in America.
I know it is.
You were just like college. There's like I took McKenna there for the first time. Not too long ago, and she loved it. She's like, I want to go back. And I was like, it's a beautiful
plan to go
place.
to Florida one day again. I haven't been to Florida since I was 5 years old, and so I'd like to revisit.
You have a car?
I do.
Oh, he's back.
All right.
Back.
So anyway,
we're talking about me. My ears are ringing.
Nah, man, you messed up our date. You're like third wheeling it. Man, come on.
This was our internet date. Gosh.
I'll leave you two alone.
No.
Everyone's saying you're taking a dump in the chat. I don't know if that's true or not. But just wanted to throw that out there.
It would have been probably 10 more minutes if I was taking it down.
Oh, good boys.
Well, that's the information we were looking for.
That's right. My wife would tell you I take too long in the bathroom.
I'll make sure to ask her that next time.
Well, don't forget that R2 sent, what was it? I think that's what R2 saying over there. The Roto White.
The Roto White.
Yeah.
The Roto White. My speech was that moving. Dan had to use the bathroom.
No. Not really.
Tabitha's laughing so much she's snorting and coughing.
Oh my gosh.
You see, fellas, that's the kind of effect I have on women. They snort and cough. So don't think it's all sunshine and rainbows on my end. It's just like, imagine if she had water in her mouth and I was sitting across from her. It's all over this. That's all I'm saying.
I have spat out water on a live stream before. I can't remember what was
Yeah.
going on. I took a sip, and R2 and Dax said something in the chat. I don't remember what it was. I mean, everywhere. I'm so glad I didn't get it on my computer because it was like a fountain coming out.
R2 says Jay brings out the best in us and the poop out of us.
Maybe for some of you. I cannot testify to that.
Wow.
So do you have big plans for Jaywalking the Planet and Drunk 3PO?
Drunk 3PO is kind of transitioning to more of the podcast that I really love doing that you were on. You were on one of the episodes.
Probably
I really
love that.
I really love doing the podcast, the Welcome to Rebellion podcast on that channel.
Now, what got you into doing the podcast part of it? Wanting to do more that style instead of what you were doing.
I've interviewed people on that channel before, and you know, I've had everybody on one-on-one conversations before, and it was John Bartolo was like, dude, just you need to put that into a podcast form, and might as well do it to try to make money off of it since you do such a good job with it. I didn't think any. It's funny when someone like John Bartolo has like one of the highest rated podcasts in America to say that to you, and you're just kind of like, that's high praise. And he walked me through the whole process. He had his people talk to my people and put all that stuff together. And he was just like, you're good at this. Like, you can do this for a living. So the only way you're going to know is if you get started. It's like, it isn't anything you haven't done already. You just got to think of a name. So him and Ryan Kennel got me mixed up with 9 Line Apparel, they called, and the shirt that Tabitha's wearing now, which is on sale, by the way, for about 6 more days.
That's right.
At 9 Line Apparel. Yeah, thank you. I've used her photo many times for promotional purposes. But
you're welcome.
They love the Welcome to Rebellion movement. I talked to Gina, of course, because she's the one who said it, who kind of sparked the whole thing. When Gina first said Welcome to the Rebellion, I text her and I said, hey, would you mind if I make a shirt that said that? And I won't keep any of the money. We'll give it away. But I think people really want that shirt. And she was like, Jay, keep the money. Go for it. Run with it, man. Do it. But just keep. I was like, I don't want to profit off you being fired. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Because I know the haters were going to come and go. They're going to come and go, oh, look at him. You think he's Gina's friend? He's profiting off of Gina being fired. So my YouTube members, many of them are here. They know. They know. We started selling those shirts, and we gave $1,000 a month away between that and my Patreon to different charities that they picked. Inside America, outside America, Feeding America, women who lost children at a young age, all this stuff. And we just gave the money away. But then the 9 Line picked it up. And the only reason I agreed with them, they were like, well, we use a lot of the money to help veterans in transitional homes. So I'm like, and then this Welcome to Rebellion thing, when they started selling those shirts, listen, my channel's 50,000 subscribers. I'm in the grand scheme of things, I'm nothing but a little drop in the pond. So I'm thinking I'd sell maybe 100, right? I didn't know we would set, and this was without Gina Carano promoting it. I didn't know we would set record after record after record after record, building hundreds of transitional homes with the money. And I just didn't think that was going to happen, you know? And it was really shocking on that they kept calling saying, we got to release it again because we've got 400 emails of people wanting the shirt. Because they only run things for like 2 weeks because the way they do it is so perfect. They take the orders for 2 weeks and then they print out the number that ordered and send it out. So they don't have boxes of it laying around.
Right.
So like it's on its 4th run now because it's in such high demand. So John was like, just call it Welcome to Rebellion Podcast. Then everybody who has the shirt, it'll
Right.
work.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how that became, and it just started, and we're averaging about, let's see, we're doing well, almost 3,000 downloads per episode, which John said is amazing for us.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like,
Now,
because
what do you
normally when you
use?
start, it's about 10 is the average.
Oh,
So
What do you use for the audio part?
I record it live on YouTube like this,
Right. Right.
and then I have a program that just rips the MP3 out. Then I run it through an editor to make sure it's kind of clean,
Mm-hmm.
and that the bookends are perfectly placed. And then I send it to Podbean.
Okay.
They take it from there, and they shoot it out. One of my best friends is in the chat. What's up, Mark with a C?
I saw.
You guys need to have him on the show. The guy's 100 times better at me with this conversation. The dude is one of the greatest motivational good guys I have ever been around. The guy he's like, I love this dude, man. Like, he could call me for anything. I just love that dude.
He just has that look of wisdom. Like, you just
He's
look at
so
him, you're
passionate.
like, he knows
Yeah.
things. I need to know what he knows.
Mods, instead of plugging my channel, can you put Mark with a C's channel in the chat? That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the
go.
love, but if you could put Mark with a C, if that's okay with you, Dan.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
That would be
You can do
awesome
it.
if you could do that. Like, yeah,
But
he
we're all
deserves
here
a lot
for
more love
help
than I
each
do.
other
Trust
out.
me. So
Yeah, that's cool.
he's like, "Oh, stop." I'm not gonna stop. Mark, this is funny. Mark, I met him for the first time in Times Square, New York. I'm 6'4". I'm a big dude. Mark with a C is he's a big black man. All right. Bigger than me. I wanted to treat him for breakfast, right? So we're in New York. He shows up. I give him a big hug. Like, "Hey, Mark, you're so big," right? We go to the Dunkin' Donuts that's in Times Square, and like, I'm not used to Times Square, so it's like, it's very small. You walk in, you order, and you go outside. There was all these college kids in there, like, just crowding it inside, right? They're just crowding it. And we're outside. Me and Mark are standing. I was like, what the heck is going on? All these people in here. Look at all these kids. Like, all these little college kids. What are they doing? They're all loud and like recording and being cool and all this stuff, wearing their tight pants. So I open the door, and me and Mark walk in, and I just go, "Are all you people in line?" Like, really loud. And I'm like, they all turn around. They see big me, but they see big Mark like next to me. And they all go, "No, sir." And they all walked out.
Gosh.
And I looked up at Mark, and we just started laughing. This was so funny. Also, I see Miss Martin Muse in the chat. She has an article that she wrote for the Jaywalking the Planet website that's going to be out in about a week. Our editor people are putting it together. Yeah, she's also a traveler. Awesome person and supporter. She's gonna have, like, she asked if she could write some stuff about travel, and no better person. So glad that you're here, Miss Martin Muse. It should be out in a week. I'll let you know on Twitter when it's out.
There you go.
Anyway,
I love how you have people. You're like, I'm nobody, but you've got people.
These are my people.
they're amazing people. Amazing people. But Jaywalking the Planet, I plan on going to Alaska, Montana, Tennessee, and a lot of stuff locally here in Florida. And we're gonna do some product reviews. People are like, "What kind of bag do you wear?" And like, do things like that. And anywhere else, if money starts kicking in with that channel a little bit, I'll be driving more. I really just, my dream, man. Like I said, it's a simple dream. I just want a nice 4-door truck that I could just load up winter and summer clothes and maybe a tent or two, and just go for like 4 months. Yeah, just go. I'll pay my rent in advance where we're living. Just go.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful
Tell my
thing.
landlord, I'm gonna turn all the power off. I'm not gonna be here, or maybe I'll have somebody hang out, and I'm gonna be like, just go. Yeah, I'd love to go to. Look, Dax is I want to go to Texas.
Yeah.
Visit all the Buc-ee's. Go through the Carolinas, all that stuff. Just go. and just stop whenever, you know.
Traveling is fun. There's a freedom to it when you're driving.
Yeah.
You know.
I just want to meeting Mark and people from the Dark Council, and we did a Times Square meetup. Now at the time, New York was under heavy restrictions and vax passports and all that stuff. And I threw it out there. It's just me on Twitter. Hey, we're gonna be at the Krispy Kreme in Times Square. If anybody comes out, I'll buy you all donuts and dinner. If anybody wants to come out and say hey, that's it. It's like a ton of people showed up, more than I expected. Some traveled 2 hours just to hang out.
Oh, wow.
In the middle of Times Square. Wow. And it was one of the greatest, as bad as New York has become, it was one of the greatest joys to meet people and just be around people and hear their stories and buy them donuts. And it just was beautiful. And we spent all day. We walked a couple blocks and got New York pizza with them and took them back home. And it was amazing.
Wasn't there a certain woman in the background with a guitar, not wearing much, if I remember correctly?
There was a couple of nudies. Showed some boobies.
Oh, boy.
But that's Times Square.
Right.
Interesting.
New York. Just never know.
Yeah.
What you're gonna see.
Never know what oh man, like I was live and I'm like walking into like protests and I'm like, hey, they start protesting, and the people from New York was like, Jay, don't go over there, man, you're gonna get hurt. I was like, I don't know no better. But we just did. It was awesome. Don is in the chat. Don, who doesn't walk the greatest, walked with us the whole time to get pizza because she wanted to hang with us, and that meant the world, not only to me but to Mark, who's in the chat, and to so many others. She really is a shining star in our community or fellowship, whatever they want to call it. So cool. just amazing people. I see Dr. Rachel. I met her in Boston. Awesome supporter. You know, I just see everyone. A2, JT, TD, all you guys, just such good people. You know, you just make it all worthwhile. So
definitely.
Huh. What do you think your secret to success is, Jay? Don't be all humble and be like, I'm nothing special. I know you say that all the time, but there's something about you. What do you think it is? Just gonna point.
I think I'm successful because just living out everything that I ever wanted to do, and doing it with a smile. So, I mean, listen, I go to theme parks for a living.
Gotta have a smile for that.
I mean, it's like it's I'm living a dream right now, and I look back just 5.5 years ago, and my life was such a mess. Terrible breakup. You know, I was drowning in debt. I was overweight. I had no, I was like, I'm too old, and like no one will ever love me, and like that whole woe is me. My job sucked. You know, I was a teacher, but the teachers don't get paid a lot. It was like paycheck to. It was just like life was just not good. And to crawl yourself out of that, to look back at it, and still know I got ways to go. There was a moment when I was in California. I only shared this. I think I shared it a few times. There was a moment in California where I was with McKenna. We were climbing Mount Whitney, but we went to this one place, and there was like a waterfall. There was no phone service. It didn't work. There was a waterfall, and we had climbed up pretty high. And I remember just sitting there, and I just got so emotional. That stuff doesn't really get me emotional. I got so emotional. It was not that I was like sobbing. It was just more like, it was like, look where you are. Like, look, it just everything from this is where you were to look where you are. Mm-hmm. And get ready because this is where I'm gonna take you. It's like I heard the wind blow and I heard this echo, like, I'm not done with you yet. That's all I kept hearing. And it just overwhelmed me emotionally. And I sat there and I remember McKenna was like, "You good?" I'm like, "I just need to sit here." And she goes, sit there as long as you want. And I sat there. It was like 2 or 3 hours. The sun was going down. And I just didn't, you ever have those moments, whether for some people might say it's like a moment with God or a moment in nature or a moment with whatever,
it sounded more like a
where it
Jesus
was like, I don't want to
moment,
leave this
yeah.
place. Like, this is a good place. I don't want to leave this spot. I don't want this feeling that I have to end. This is where I want to be. Like, this is a moment for me that I haven't had in years. And, it just, that's why I'm successful, because that's what I think. It's not about the money. It's not about it. I'm just happy with life right now. So, and it's just getting better. It's just going to get better. So it has to, right?
That's right.
I mean, I guess it could get worse, but.
Well, since you made it past all the theme park haters, sounds like it's going to get better.
I hope so.
Sounds pretty awesome.
It's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, if anybody has any other questions, you can start posting them now. We'll answer them.
Well, what's your favorite destination? Well, while we wait for any questions, what's your favorite destination that you've been to, Jay?
Haiti's my second home. I love it there. I love the people there. The Haitian people there are just, there's nothing like them. Nothing like them. I can't wait to go back, and I hope the restrictions and all that stuff will work itself out. And yeah, it's such a weird thing to say, because most people think of Haiti as like a dump, which some of it is. But I don't know. There's something about being around the people and like seeing the poorest people in the world, the happiest people in the world. Yeah. It's really unique. So good stuff over there. Next.
Have you been to, someone asks, have you been to Hawaii?
Never been to Hawaii. Never been. On the list.
Let's see here.
Someone asks if I'm single. I am single. I'm not sure why that's relevant, but.
What's the best thing you have eaten during your travels? In El Salvador, they make this food called pupusa. I said that right? Pupusa. And it's like, oh my gosh, they're like this big. And it's like a tamale, and they put meat and cheese in it and stuff. And they're like 15 cents. And we would go, when I would go to El Salvador, we'd find this little mom and pop shop, and like, here's a $50 bill. And they'd be like, I'm like, we want to make them all. Like, we want hundreds of those things. We just, they were so good. Oh, they're so good. I could eat them all day and never stop. So.
Got Sam asking, where'd you go in the Middle East?
I was in Dubai.
Nice.
When are you coming to UAE? UAE? What's UAE?
Isn't that the United Arab Emirates?
No, I don't have no idea. I was in Dubai. I was in it was just a layover in Kuwait. And while we were heading to Taiwan, so we stopped by over there. But Dubai was oh, that's the country where Dubai is. Okay. I don't know that much. Dubai was incredible. Have you ever been to Canada? No. Too cold.
Well,
I've only been to the
bad, right?
Only been to hot places. Yeah.
I've been to the pretty part of Niagara Falls. I hate that Canada has the better looking falls.
Hmm.
I got
Why is Jay past his bedtime? Good question. I don't know.
Your team no sleep though. I will sometimes
Yeah.
just like in the middle of the night just pop on and look at Twitter or something like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all these people are still awake. Go to bed.
we got questions for Tabitha.
Do I like sushi? I love sushi. Yes.
I think someone wants to try to date you, Tabitha.
Well, get in line. It's a short one.
It's a short.
Mark had a question.
I'm trying to find
Let's
it.
see,
I
Mark.
think
What do you want to be remembered for more than anything else?
Oh, now I see it.
What do I want to be remembered for?
Or is that something that you ever
Man,
consider?
I don't even know. I have no idea. I don't even think about it. I just hope one day I'll see all you guys in heaven and we could just hang out.
Hang out at the local Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
In heaven.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope Tupac Shakur of all people says he had this quote I loved, man. He's like, I just hope one day I could spark the brain of someone that can change the world. So I was like, that would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty awesome. Good old Tupac. Jay will be remembered for the greatest salesman in 9-line history.
Probably.
Maybe. Yeah, that's it, Mark. That's about it.
Do you still teach?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, part-time now. Part-time. I teach English online.
Oh,
2 days a week. Yeah.
Nice.
Dr. Rachel says Jay will go down in history as the #1 lawnmower simulator. That's funny. You guys are funny.
I see that on Twitter. I've never watched you virtually mow
You don't want to
a
watch
yard,
that. You don't want to watch that.
There is something satisfying about a perfectly cut lawn, although it's not real, so I just don't know. Jay will be remembered for the worst Mario Kart record in history.
Probably.
Didn't you win one the other night? Wasn't it the first time or something?
One in 2 years.
You play
Mario
Kart?
I'm terrible at that game.
Nice. I haven't played any games since Nintendo 64 came out, so.
Oh gosh, Dan! Wow.
Yeah.
Your kids don't play games?
They do, but I mean, I don't really call it playing really when I get on with them because one is 9 years old. He's the only one that really plays. My other two are 5 right now, so I don't think they play as play with the toys and watch TV sometimes.
Best couch sleeper of all time. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
There you go.
I can fall asleep anywhere. That took years of training.
So where's the worst place you've ever slept then?
Haiti was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, you sleep
when
on
we
the
were
ground?
up in like some of the mountain areas, it's like they're like, here's a thin sheet, here's the ground. Enjoy. It's like, geez. Yeah, there was a couple of times we were working in these communities, and you're just like, you just can't sleep because you hear stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hear stuff scurrying around, and you're like, all I need is like snake to show up or a mouse to nibble on my nose or some bug to crawl in my ear. Yeah, it's not good.
I was wondering how you slept outside when I watched you and McKenna do your
camping trip. I didn't
and I'm
sleep
like,
good.
how did you fall asleep outside? Like, did she? I mean, I guess she's just used to it, and she just fell asleep, wasn't worried, or. Oh my god!
I was nervous. I think I slept for a little bit because she recorded me snoring, but I didn't sleep long. That was brutal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think I could get used to it. You know what the biggest problem was where we camped? There wasn't a shower. It was like a pump water.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
I'm like, if
do
I
they
could
have
if I
showers
had to
in
sleep on
Haiti?
the ground, but I could take a shower, like
Mm.
the next morning, I probably would be all right. But it was like you're pumping this water. It's like -10 degrees, like it's freezing cold, and you just splash it on your face. Whew.
Ooh, that'll wake you up.
Now, what about Haiti then? What do they have for showers or baths or whatever?
So they have these giant rubber containers that they put on top of their buildings,
Okay.
and it's just gravity. So you turn on, and the water comes out. But that was like, and we did bucket baths and stuff. But that was like, I was like living there, and so you kind of got used to it. Then you come back to the States to hot showers and everything.
Mm.
And when McKenna was like, "You're gonna sleep outside," hey, they don't have bears. All right, I'm in California. Everywhere we were was like bear signs, bear,
Oh, nice.
put stuff in the bear box, do this, and I'm like, McKenna, there's bears. We need a tent. She goes, "What you think a tent's gonna do to a bear? Like, what's the difference?" So I was like, point taken. So
It's just a sense of comfort and
I slept, dude. This is so funny. I slept. Next to me was a giant machete, a flashlight, a bottle of water, and I don't know, a screwdriver. I had like everything ready. So if I had to wake up, I'd be like, machete ready, Like, what are you gonna do? What was I gonna possibly do? So, a giant bear comes at me. I have a machete. Yeah.
we like to
Good
think we
stuff.
could be prepared for that scenario.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd rather have a machete than nothing, personally. So
Yeah.
It's true. I guess it just made me feel safe.
yeah, it's just like a sense of false safety.
200-watt studio. If you want to know more about Tabitha, go subscribe to her channel at dreamingtabitha.com. Dreaming
Just
Tabitha,
dreaming Tabitha.
YouTube.
I do art.
Yeah.
That's right.
She does art.
Yeah, fun.
I do.
She does lots of art.
I do art.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the reveal of the helmet.
I was working on that video today. Should be sending it back to Dennis hopefully this week or next week and get that coming out. Excited.
It's cool. Too bad he won't let you keep it.
I know. I would love to keep it.
Or at least if he sends it back to you, that'd be great.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
The experience was everything. Although
go.
I really would love to keep it. Well, I think those were all of my questions for Jay.
Yeah,
I mean, besides the really deep personal ones, but I need Dan to leave for that. So.
Oh, dude, so I gotta go. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Oh man, you put spit on your camera, man. Come on. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Super spreader. Ah.
Sorry, everybody. Don't catch it now.
Exactly.
Oh man. Pandemic. So yeah. It's really, I don't know. I guess, Jay, what else do you talk about on your channel? Is it just nerdy, geeky stuff, or you do more like newer stuff now too? I mean, I kind of already know, but
newer stuff.
I don't know what I mean. I'm tired.
I thought this was a professional show. What kind of question is that?
Stuff that you do, and
we like to leave it open to interpretation so that you can fill in
so
whatever you think we're talking about
on your own. No,
yeah,
like,
pretty much, like whatever.
Like newer pop culture.
The problem is, like, Gina Carano grew my channel from 9,000 to 40,000. So if I don't do a Gina Carano video at least once a week, people get upset. So pretty much the fan club president, the inside scooper, all that stuff. So they expect it. Like, that's what gets a lot of the views and stuff, on that channel. So I gotta keep looking for something.
The hot topic is the Galactic Star Cruiser, though, it seems like, because
Yeah,
there's
that's
so much
true.
speculation going on about what it is and what
People
it's
are
not.
they're angry at me too because like
Mhm.
the theme park people are mad. I had one person say like your channel should be taken down for hate speech because I was complaining about the Star Cruiser. Hate speech. I was like, are you
Hate
kidding
speech.
me?
Why you hate the Star Cruiser? What?
It's
I don't
stupid.
understand.
It's $6,000 for 2 nights.
Now that
And is
is
that just one person, or is it
2 people.
two people? That's what I thought. But even
So,
still,
you got to be like rich, huh? It's almost
Yeah.
like
And then like
that's crazy.
I was like, okay, 6,000. All right, no problem. But then give us
Here's a hot
something that's
topic
worth
for you.
$6,000, you know?
yeah.
And so
For
it's
sure.
like then they showed us what they were giving us, and we're like, you want us to pay $6,000 for something we could probably do for $250
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And so the people that are like there's a lot of people out there that's like Disney can do no wrong. They're just like, hate this, that. So
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
I mean, Disney's done a lot of wrong since they first started. So, I mean, look at Mr. Walt Disney.
Yeah.
People look at the history of him, they'll be like,
Yeah, he's got
"Ew."
a interesting history.
He does.
If any of it's true, just saying. Can we
Oh,
believe
that's right.
anything anymore?
I
But
guess, if you don't hear it from the mainstream, then it probably is
Well,
true.
I think that's the beauty of YouTube as well is people are waking up to like how much they're being lied to and
Yeah.
how much you can only cry wolf so many times,
That's it.
and it's like how many times they're going to keep crying wolf, the news media, and you're just kind of like now it's comical. You're at the point where they come out and they're like, well,
yeah.
this person said that, and you're just like, oh, come on,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and people they're just starting to wake up, and then when you question that, then you get hit with labels and stuff, and now we're at the point now where terms like racist and stuff, they don't have meaning anymore because
Yeah.
everyone is a racist at this point. I mean, that's just how it is. And so
Right.
when somebody who actually is doing something, it doesn't have weight to it anymore. It's just
It's like
it's like
blinders,
and now people are just like, well, everybody's won, so whatever. And and they've done that to themselves, like with all those kind of the way they just call people and put people in a box, and so people are looking at others, and it's interesting why certain channels are on the rise and Twitter profiles and
Yeah.
all that stuff are on the rise, and because people are looking for truth
Mhm.
and not bias, name calling, or whatever they want, agenda driven or whatever it is. They're just looking for it because they're starting to see that what they were used to getting is not accurate anymore.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And like you can only fear monger people so much too. That's why all throughout history, rebellions are born out of people trying to fear monger them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
It's just how it is. Like all throughout history, kings were overthrown, by people. Haiti being the best example ever. Most people don't even know their history. Is that the Haitians revolted? They were Haitian slaves. They revolted against the France,
Mm-hmm.
and they took over that country from France. France occupied it. They rose up because they're like, we can't take this anymore. Like, you can't treat us like this. We're humans. We're people.
Yeah.
And it was so powerful that Napoleon sold a large chunk of the United States to get money to go fight the Haitian slaves. And most people know what that's called is the Louisiana Purchase.
Mhm.
And, so they can go back. But so you could thank Haiti for half of America for revolting because they had no means in selling it. But and it's just people just rise. They just rise up after a while, and in a country like ours that we're so used to our freedoms, after a while it will get to a certain, like, for some people it will get to a certain point where they'll be like, I'm okay with this, I'm okay with this, I'm okay with this, or I'm not okay with this.
Right.
And for some people their threshold's here, for some it's here, some it's here. Some people just have to be slapped right in the face. But I think we're getting to that point because you see people all the time like, hey, now wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. You told us this was going to happen. You told us that, but now it's not. So it's an interesting time to see. And that's probably why the rebellion just sold so much. I think people bought them.
Oh, for sure.
I didn't even know who I was. They didn't know anything about me. They just saw it online and went, yeah, I think we could use a little rebellion right now. So,
that's it,
Oh, yeah. And the fact that it's got a beautiful American flag stamped on it.
That's the rebellion flag, too.
Yeah.
Betsy Ross.
Right.
So it's cool, man. Life is cool. It's interesting. It's cool, but it's interesting to see what's happening.
Oh.
So
I see what's happening.
There's a ghost in the chat or in the stream.
We got a ghost.
You guys were still on, so I figured I might as well jump in and say, hi, what's up, Jay?
Hey, what's up?
Cool.
Sorry, I guess I came in at an awkward time. You all just,
say hi. That's about it.
You guys just were quiet.
I thought perhaps you were going to say something.
We're
soul searching, David.
That's right.
You guys are soul searching. Cool.
That's it.
I found mine. It's all good.
Asking Jesus to forgive me again and again.
We both went totally different directions on that.
We did.
I've talked a lot.
You did.
We appreciate.
Do you need a drink?
Yeah.
Sipping over there. Is Superman your favorite superhero? I've got to ask. We've been celebrating superheroes this month, so I see you have the Superman mug. Is that your favorite?
Yeah.
Oh,
my man.
Another Superman.
There we go. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, what do you like
so much? This was tea, but it's like cold now. So
yeah, same over here. What makes Superman your icon? Why do you choose him above? Why do you choose him above Batman?
I don't like Batman.
What?
I don't like Batman.
I don't like the newer Batmans. I like.
To be honest, Marvel is my favorite, and like I like the Punisher. Is probably one of my all-time. I love Superman. Has always been. I don't know. Superman has always been like number one, but I've always been a huge Marvel person, but not much of a Batman guy. So I don't know. Superman, like, he could fly. He could see through clothes. He can. I mean, see through walls. He can.
That was such a dude answer.
He can. He can run fast.
Vision.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry about that stuff. So, Mark with the C is right, though. Indiana Jones was always my childhood hero of all time. So, I studied Indiana Jones. I read all his books. I got.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could tell it had a huge impact in my life. He was a teacher. I'm a teacher. He travels the world. I travel the world.
There you go.
So. Yeah, huge impact.
Did you like the Young Indiana Jones TV series?
I have them all. Yeah,
sweet.
I enjoyed them I haven't seen them in a good minute, but I enjoyed them for what they were. I didn't like the last one where they like showed Indy was like really old. He had like one eye. I think he was missing a leg too.
Oh gosh. Balance some hard times.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? Like, they should have just kept it when he was younger, But they did one episode where they fast forward. He was like in his 90s, and he was like missing an eye, and I think he was missing half a leg. I think it's been a while, so.
So they fast forward to the current film being made now, basically.
Huh.
If it's ever going to get made.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think about even the fourth movie that they made?
It was terrible.
The
Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was horrible. I was so man, when that movie was announced, I was so the original trailer for that film got me so excited because it showed like it had him like Ark of the Covenant. They showed like all 3 films and they're like, he's got one more adventure in him. I was so hyped. I dug into like every spoiler I could possibly find. And somebody wrote a spoiler that I swore was it. It was so good. It was like the Russians, they find the Ark of the Covenant and Indy's older now. And they're like, you're the only one with knowledge of that. Can you go get it? You know, and so they use Shia LaBeouf and others to help him and, you know, to go get it back. And that's what I thought was going to happen. And so the beginning of the movie starts, it's Russians, the Ark of the Covenant. I'm like, this is it. It's true. It's going to happen. And it was like, no, not even close.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm watching this film like, man, and the worst.
Huge left turn. Yeah.
A lot of people hate the monkey scene. That was terrible. But I thought when he was in quicksand and they threw a snake, I was like, this so, it looked terrible, man. I was like,
graphics were pretty bad.
The whole point of Indiana Jones, like the first 3, like the sets were huge.
Yeah.
And they like filmed it like in location. Like the Temple of Doom, that bridge at the end is in Sri Lanka. You can go visit it. So it's this giant bridge. They won't let anybody walk on it though, but it's there. Awesome. So it was yeah, so it's like the sets were big and and I get how that's difficult and stuff, but man, that fourth movie.
Yeah.
So but it made like a gazillion dollars, so they don't care, you know.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because nobody knew what it was going to be like.
Right. We were all deceived.
Bad. Yep. Everybody got deceived. They went and watched it, made their money.
Cowboys and Aliens were better.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff was better than that Crystal Skull film. But it wasn't it wasn't like a Last Jedi franchise killer for me, so
right.
That's true. That's true. You can.
It was
still
just
watch
a really bad story. That's all. For me, it was just like it was dumb. The ending I thought with Aliens was even worse. I was just like,
I think because they went alien route. Yeah.
I just thought it was a bad film, and that's okay. They had 3 amazing films, so one bad one out of the batch.
It's all right. The Alien movie was to get you ready for propaganda about aliens today coming to take over the world. So
there you go. That's it.
I don't believe that because the movie sucked. The movie was good. The movie was good, then maybe, but yeah. So.
Yeah, no, didn't like it. And if you see that film, my dad watched it a long time ago when like the 4K TVs and everything like that came out, and they were all the big thing. And if you watch that film on 4K, like you can literally see where like the CGI, as far as like where the set ends, because everything is enhanced, and it was just awful. I mean, it literally looked like a theater-made movie. Mm-hmm. It's pretty awful.
I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
Yeah, there's a reason, exactly. I happened to walk in and he was watching it.
The other 3, like me and my brother can watch Raiders and quote it verbatim.
Oh, Raiders is
like that's how much like I think Indiana Jones. As much as I love Star Wars, Indiana Jones had a bigger impact on my life. My parents they're really religious. So growing up, we weren't allowed to go to the movies and watch certain things on TV. We weren't, there was a lot of things we couldn't do. So I think the sense of adventure and that type of like Superman can fly away and like my parents are amazing, beautiful. I love them to death. But when me and my brother were growing up, we were just part of a church, and they were just really, like held us tight, you know, like, hey, can I go out with my friends? No. You can stay in your yard. That's as far as you can. Like, it was like that. Can we go to the movies? Oh, no, movies are bad. But for some reason, they let us watch Indiana Jones and Star Wars. So for whatever it's worth, you know, that's what I mean. We weren't even allowed. We weren't even allowed to have comic books. You know, so it was a lot of sneaking around, like buying comic books and stuff until we got a little older. Once I was in high school, my parents were they were a little easier on that. But growing up, it was like nope. And every time we got in trouble, we had to write out a book of the Bible. So that made me like hate the Bible to death. I was like,
wow.
Curse you, Bible.
That's more rough. Yeah.
Well, you got to use the King James. I don't even know what y'all are saying.
I like the King James. It's very theatrical.
This is true.
It is just like,
but not if you want to write it out every time you get in church.
Terrible, man.
Yeah.
I wish I would have kept. You know, though, I do wish I would have kept it because I think I wrote out the entire Bible maybe twice in my lifetime.
Oh, wow.
Like in a notebook.
I
would have liked to have like gone back and like look at this. Look what y'all boy did. It was an accomplishment.
There you go.
Yeah, we would get graded for punctuation too. Like if you missed that comma or that semicolon when you were writing out your Bible verses, that's a point against you. You can't do it. It's pretty
interesting.
That is interesting.
Mark is yelling at Phil in the chat because Phil never saw Raiders of the Lost Ark. So Phil,
you're not allowed in my first three.
You're not allowed in my live streams until you see at least Raiders. Even though Temple of Doom was my favorite.
Someone's gonna have to send him the movies, probably.
He's getting there, guys, because he just watched Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship, and the Two Towers for like the first time the other day.
And he watched the Ghostbusters. You know, for the first time when we sent him those
Phil's
movies.
Young. We're getting them, caught up to speed on all these.
Oh man,
classics.
He's grown. He can handle it himself.
That's right.
Yeah,
he can't handle himself. He's got a problem.
That's funny.
I don't have the movies, bruh. You can't. Those movies are old. You can get them anywhere. They might even be on YouTube for free.
I was gonna say.
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly,
but
sometimes
not guaranteed.
They do stream them free, but then sometimes they don't.
There's
get on your smart TVs. They got a whole bunch of apps that like Tubi and some other weird stuff that have free movies that they're airing all the time. So it's a possibility you can find them.
Full movie, pirated on YouTube. Go ahead, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Or you can rent it or buy it, depending on how moral you feel.
Preferably buy it.
It's always on TNT.
Nice.
There you go. There you go.
No more excuses.
It's 2022. If you haven't seen Indiana Jones, you need to. There we go.
It's too far away. I got some Indiana Jones toys.
Oh, why didn't you just pull it out from underneath your desk?
Under your desk. You're always pulling toys out from there.
I know.
Hey, look at what I got.
Just there it is. That's
it.
Chat. Getting blown up.
We're just talking to each other.
They've run out of things to say, Chad. I don't know.
Yeah, we have.
I'm waiting on Dan.
Oh, you are?
No, he's the leader. He's supposed to be on top of things.
All right. My bad.
Dan's like, I am.
Good luck with that.
That's it.
Viewers are flying out as we speak. I see like just trickling down and.
Wow.
So that's pretty
this
much,
is where we say forks
and knives. Fork and knives. Yes.
Forks and knives, Dan.
Yes, and I guess I was just waiting if anyone else had something else to say, but I guess not.
I mean, I can go back and watch this from the beginning if I have any questions, because you guys interviewed him, right? So
we did.
Asked him all the tough questions. his
Oh,
favorite
there's
color.
a couple of questions we
his,
didn't ask him.
Today we didn't ask what
We didn't
is your
ask that one.
favorite color.
There you
Yeah.
Blue.
Good answer. Good answer.
And what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Huh. I
What
know
is the
this.
capital of Assyria?
I don't know that one. The swallow question I've heard before.
Wow.
Monty Python.
If you've never seen that movie, bro, you need to catch up.
The Search of the Holy Grail.
It's probably been a long time since he's seen it.
You know, it's the off-brand version of Indiana Jones. I mean,
That's from the Holy Grail?
Monty Python and
Monty
Search of the Holy
Python
Grail, yeah.
and the
That's
Search
a Monty
of the-
Python question, the swallow question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, all
What
three
is the
questions.
airspeed? Yeah. That's what we
From
just
Monty
Was it
said.
really?
Yes.
Even your favorite color. Have you never seen?
What part? Tell me. I have seen that.
Oh, my
So
God.
The
when
swallow thing like triggered it in my back of my brain somewhere.
Yep.
So
African
the
or
beginning.
European. There
yeah,
you
that's
go.
in the beginning of the film.
That's it.
what film? The Search for the Holy Grail.
Yeah,
Oh.
Monty Python and
Yeah.
Search of the Holy
I
Grail.
couldn't,
Yeah.
man.
Monty Python, the Search for the Holy Grail.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite movies.
When did I watch that film? Because there's no way in the world my parents would let me watch that film.
No.
Right.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. See, my
That's
brother
like
and I.
Blasphemy 101, man. Isn't
it's
that like
great.
The Life of Brian? Like, wasn't that another
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
That was
Apparently that
another one,
one's
but that was
very
a little bit
raunchy.
raunchy.
That one's worse than Holy Grail.
Yeah,
but-
the Holy Grail at least.
The Life of
That's
Brian
funny.
was, they thought Brian was Jesus, right? Wasn't
Right,
that?
because he was born in the
That's it,
stable
yep.
next to Jesus. And
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
happens to be
He
that
got
miracles-
crucified at the end, right?
Yeah,
I've never seen
Yeah.
it. So.
he did.
It's all coming back to me now.
All right, all right.
But we're not talking about Brian. We're talking about.
No, that's
Holy
right. We're
Grail.
talking about
The Holy Grail.
Monty Python and the Holy
Yeah,
Grail.
but the Holy Grail is kind of like, there wasn't that a scene where the two knights were fighting and he kept cutting off the guy's arm.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
That
And
was
he cut off-
great.
he's like, it's just a flesh wound, and then it's like
Yes.
cut off
Yes.
his leg. All right.
That's it. That's it. And the rabbit.
Holy
comes and
hand
eats
grenade
off
of
people's
Antioch.
heads.
Oh man, that movie's so great.
Oh, yeah.
Holy hand grenade.
One of the
It's a
most random
special kind of
movies.
people that like those films. It really is.
I am pretty
Well,
special.
we're here on Inside the Booth.
We're here. We are
I
the
like
special
British humor.
kind.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's funny. The killer rabbit. Yep, yep.
Yeah, it was a
Like-
cave, right? And they all ran
Yeah.
away. I remember.
Yeah.
Run away, run away. And they've got the coconuts behind the horses. Or, well, because they don't have horses. Right.
Because they don't have horses.
Run away.
Making the-
Wow.
Yep.
That's it.
I'm more of a Dumb and Dumber
Oh, no.
comedy person. So
Well, that movie is also a classic.
That's
It's
a
very
good one.
funny.
I don't like
Jay,
it.
have you ever put ketchup on your pizza before?
There you go.
Wow.
No,
No.
never.
Phil is all about ketchup on pizza.
You're
Like,
not allowed
he
to
is-
ask me a question until you see Raiders. I'm done with you. You're gone. You're dead to me. Anna, that Star Wars girl says, "'Twas just a widow rabbit." Yeah.
Mm, most dangerous creature.
Oh,
Yeah. Phil's been about the ketchup for a while now.
It's gross.
It's gross.
But peanut butter and jelly is even better.
On
There you go.
pizza,
Phil, why don't you try peanut butter and jelly on your pizza, Phil? Come on, the Turtles did it. Come on, Phil. Make a video about it.
That's right.
this is
You
true.
got,
He is
you got
TMNT.
TMNT right in your name. You got to start doing more turtle stuff.
You need to do like pizza makings on your show where you teach us how to make pizzas like the turtles.
That's right.
ooh, Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Phil.
That's it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, that's
No.
great.
Well-
no thanks.
Listen. I can admit that as children, my brother and I did do peanut butter and jelly on our pizzas,
We did.
and it was not that good.
No,
Plus
why
the
would it-
pizza.
bad
Plus the
either.
pizza was cold. Pizza was cold, and we put it on top of cold pizza, and it was all because the turtles ate peanut butter and jelly on their pizza. So we thought it would be a good idea.
That's right.
No.
And
Also,
I'll be
mind
honest.
you, we had no parental no parent.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. No parents
Nope.
in the house. We'll go with that. Supervision.
time-
That's the
Supervision.
word.
That's the
Parental
best time to do most
supervision.
everything. So
So, it
That's
was
right,
just me and my
supervision.
brother hanging out,
Yeah,
coming up with dumb things.
that's
that's what
it.
you do. It's how you grow.
Well, yeah. Hard knocks.
So I'll reiterate forks and knives.
Yes.
I don't even know what that
Excellent.
means.
Forks and knives.
It means we are coming to an end.
Dan, it's
everybody.
our special
Oh.
secret
Hey,
private.
don't-
You can't tell
you can't tell
everybody.
anybody
You just
that.
told Jay after the show.
My gosh.
Oops.
What?
Well, then how am I going to say, hey, everybody, we're coming to an end?
Just say
Exactly. And there you go. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
2 hours.
Don't forget to subscribe to Drunk 3PO's channels in the description below. Don't forget to vanquish the like button. Go visit our gift shop, www.insidetheboottv.com, and other stuff too. Anyone else have anything to say? Jay, do you want to say anything?
I don't
Where
know.
else can
Thanks for
people
having me
find you?
on. Thanks for inviting me on. Had a
Hey,
good time.
no problem.
Thanks
you,
for
brother.
everyone in the
problem.
chat that showed up. That was pretty awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome
very
seeing a lot of friends in the chat and stuff. And it's awesome to be on with you guys. So thank you for the invite. I'm glad we were able to make this work.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. We know you're a busy guy.
I'm not as busy as people seem, but I try to live organized.
There you go.
So
That's good.
Organized is good.
Yeah. Try to live organized. Try. That's the main.
So, should I go back and watch the beginning of this show to find out where in Florida you live? Because
Orlando.
oh, nice.
Saved you 2 hours time.
Thank you.
That's right.
I'm in
So-
Bradenton. So
Hey, what's up, Geek Blend? Nice to see you here, man.
That's right, Geek Blend.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also be sure to visit Nine Line
Milkman.
Apparel, where you can get
Yeah.
some limited edition.
Oh, that's the big
welcome-
one. Yeah. 9 Line Apparel. Go to the limited edition t-shirt. Like, this is. I keep telling them, I keep telling my people this is their last chance to get it, and they keep re-releasing it. So
I hope they bring the
I'm
hats
like,
back. I never got one.
I know. You never got a hat? I might
I'm
have an
late.
extra one here for you.
Late to the party, which is the story of my life, but that's another story for another time.
Thomas Gilkman's here. What's up, Thomas? Lulu says great stream. Ordsborg says Jay's okay, I guess. I'll take it.
Right.
Why is it so cold in Orlando that Jay has to wear a beanie? I don't know. Is this really a beanie? It's a pom-pom.
It's about the
I
same.
asked
Chili
him to
snack.
wear it. His hair was embarrassing everybody, so I asked him to wear it.
She was upset that my hair was like in better shape than hers. So
Well,
look
actually,
at that.
Yeah,
looks
sure,
better after
sure.
you took your head off.
Look at that flow. Look at that shine, man. Look at that glisten.
It's called
Nice.
grease.
Watch
It's
out.
not. It's
I see some
clean. Look at
grays
that. Ain't
in
no
there.
grease on that hand.
I see some grays in there. Watch it.
Oh, there's a lot of grays. It's starting to come really mostly on the facial hair,
Mm.
but it is what it is.
It is.
It's just part of life, isn't it?
It is.
Yes,
part of
it
life.
is.
All right. So that's it. All right, everybody who was watching still. Goodbye. I'm turning you off.
Thank you for being.
Thank you
Yep.
for coming.
Thanks for having me too.
That's right, David. Thank you for being here.